Hey everyone, we are live for our Sunday weekly warm up. Of course, Brad Hughes is here, and we have an amazing guest for all of you. It's November 5th. We're diving into a full week of November ahead, and I can only tell you that this is well worth your time on this Sunday because Ipek is somebody that I connected with ages ago. Brad, I'm so excited for you to connect with her and we can continue to just learn from her incredible wisdom. She is the right answer for a November 5th Sunday evening. So we'll be right back with the fun. Everyone, we are back for our Sunday weekly warm-up, which is a show we get to do every single Sunday, exclusive to our private Facebook group. Brad Hughes and I love being here every single week, and we love bringing in guests for you to connect with. Maybe connect with for, an additional time, or maybe this is the first time you've been able to connect with our guest. Trust me, these are people that we have vetted. We like them. Add them to your PLN. Ipek is definitely somebody that I love learning alongside of. And I can't believe it was about a year ago that we were together. So before we get into all that, Brad Hughes, how you doing? Happy Sunday.
Ray Hewart, I'm so excited. I love connecting with you and with our whole Teach Better family here in the Sunday Weekly Warm-Up Space, streaming exclusively in the Teach Better Facebook group. I'm so excited about that. We have nearly 8,000 members in that group and growing. So good evening to everybody, and hello to everyone who's listening a little bit later. Maybe you're joining us as an episode of the Teach Better Talk podcast. Maybe you're joining us later this week. We dropped this stream into all of the social media channels, but first and foremost, we're here to gather tonight, a Sunday evening with Ipek Williamson, and I've had a wonderful and a full weekend, Ray, and I hope that you and Ipek have too.
It's been so good. Ipek, how's your weekend been? Happy Sunday.
Thank you. My weekend has been full and beautiful, and the weather was really nice today, so nothing to complain about.
Amen. I love that. Ipek, we were together. We literally sat next to one another and enjoyed a meal together almost a year ago. Like I want to say like 6 weeks from now, it'll be almost exactly a year. Isn't that about right?
That's correct. Yes.
Oh my gosh. And it was at a conference that we were able to connect. And not only was it at a conference we were able to connect, but she was receiving an award, which was something very much worth celebrating. So if those of you who have not connected with Ipek before, this is something that you definitely don't want to miss. Ipek, do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself so our community can get to know who you are and add them to your PLN as well?
Of course, I would love to. So yes, we met last year in Las Vegas, and it was a lovely conference. And you know me, but for the others who don't know, I'm a transformation and self-actualization coach, also a positive intelligence coach. I'm a meditation advocate and teacher, author, speaker. And I wear quite a few hats these days. For example, last year when we met, positive intelligence coach wasn't one of them. This year, I started that formation, and now I'm a positive intelligence coach too. So I love working with young people. Teenagers. Actually, I'm starting a new project where I will be working with teenagers and even younger children. I'm so excited about that. It's coming up in a few months. So there's that, and yeah, I love working with people. My mission statement is bringing the world closer to calm, one beautiful soul at a time. So anybody and everybody is my focus per se.
Yeah, I have to tell you, Ipek, it was wonderful to get to chat with you in Las Vegas last year in December. And I was immediately drawn to the work you were doing. I bought your children's book for my girls here at home. We have it. We've read it too many times. Not to say that we don't love it, but you know how kids get addicted to things. I feel like I know that book backwards and forwards. And I feel like I have continued to learn from you with your concept of really striving to help regulate and immerse calm into the world. So I'm so excited to get into that work. I know we'll get into that during our Sunday strategy segment, but just overjoyed to have you here. I'm so happy. I've interviewed you before, but I'm glad that you get to join this show because it makes it special as we, are entering in November 5th.
Yes. So there's one more addition to our life. Actually, I want to mention that too. We had a puppy. We just got a puppy. Look at him. His name is Happy, and he's a Yorkie Poo. he's two and a half, less than 2.5 months old. Thank you, baby.
Oh my gosh!
Just joined our family.
Oh, not only joined your family, but joined our Teach Better family. You know how many puppies we got in this Teach Better family? Brad, we have a lot of puppies in this Teach Better family.
Well, I'm not surprised because it's a very loving community. So we love people. We love animals. It's a loving place.
Yes. Brad, you jump in here. You were saying
I was just going to say, I think among the most relaxing ways that I can find calm is just to come alongside our pet dog Charlie, and especially if Charlie's snoozing in a sunny spot or curled up next to you. I mean, just co-regulating with a loved animal in your life, Ipek, is a great strategy, a great way to find that calm, especially as our working lives and maybe even our personal lives are more and more turbulent.
Yeah, I would love to give a challenge. People that are joining us here live on this beautiful Sunday evening, celebrating our Sunday weekly up, jump in and tell us the puppies' names. If you have any pets in your home, dogs, cats, lizards, turtles, fish, jump on in. We love to celebrate those names. I actually, Brad, as you were speaking, had Harvey licking my hand. He must have known that you were talking about dogs. And Alfred is snoozing right next to me. He has no idea what's going on. So we're living our best life over here. I do want to give a shout out to Jeff Gargis, who, yes, has a puppy, but also Jeff, who you met, Ipek, when we were in Las Vegas. He just got 2 turtles. He has 2 turtles. I think it was, I want to say Shelly and Cupcake. I'm something like that. It's something like that. He's got good names for his turtles.
Yeah, it was a shell of a surprise to discover that Jeff and family have some turtles in their life. A little reptile action there in the Gargis household. So I hope that they're enjoying that and enjoying, getting to know another living creature and nurturing it and creating a habitat for it and just making it feel, at home, extending care to, an animal who needs you, every ounce of you, completely dependent on you. It really is a humbling experience, but it's also a wonderful way to build happiness, just like Ipek's dog is named Happy.
I love it.
But I see actually dogs as a role model for people, because there is no human being can receive you when you come home, even if you're gone for a couple of hours and come back, as if they see you for the first time or they have been waiting for you for ages. Like, can you imagine as a human being showing that kind of welcoming way of any person? How would that relationship be?
Right. I mean, I can literally walk to the garage, open the garage door to throw the trash in the bin, and I come in and it's like I've been gone for days. Like, it's the best feeling.
Yes, they are great teachers. They teach us how to love unconditionally.
Ipek, I love these reminders. I always value our conversations, and I don't mean to say this on the show, but I'm really looking for a stamp of approval from you. So I'm sorry, we're about to have this moment. Ipek, I have done so much work on myself since I last saw you. I'm so much better, so much more improved in this calm and area of meditation. You would be so proud. I just want you to know, because when we met, that was like the beginning for me. And I have done a lot of work. So I need your like little thumbs up. I just want you to know I've been good.
Wow. Of course, I celebrate you. Congratulations, Ray. That's very great news, because it is contagious, as you know. Like when you work on yourself, when you evolve, everyone around you evolves with you. So thank you for sharing this, and congratulations. I commend you.
Well,
Rhea,
thank you. You know, I'm very much like a 4-year-old wanting the sticker. Like that's what it is. But truly, Ipek, when you sit down with her, it's like I don't know how to explain being so enthralled in a conversation, but feeling so calm and at peace. Like I it's just so wonderful. So I'm like, I need to improve. Brad, I've tried to work on it. You've always been good in this area, right? This is not something you've ever worked on.
I'm actually, Ray, not always good. No, I'm wired for anxiety, and so through a lot of work on myself, and also work with trusted counselors, I've worked on mindset, and I saw my counselor Daryl this last weekend, and such an important. I was just reminded of your connection here with Ipek. You know, for me, having a counselor is so valuable, because it's someone with whom you can work through what you're working through. And it's, for me, my counselor has become an accountability partner in a different way than maybe, you know, my closest loved ones or even my sibling are. And this is what I think is so touching and valuable about your outreach to Ipek. It's, to me, it's not about getting a sticker or a stamp of approval. It's honoring Ipek as an accountability partner, as someone that you trust, someone that you value. And we all need people in our lives that both we look up to and we want looking out for us. And so, you know, Ipek and the loved ones and the professionals in my life have really helped me to maintain a healthier mindset, especially at times when, you know, it's natural for me to shift into anxiety and overwhelm, and that mindset work is critical to the work we do, and critical to the loved ones in our life too, Ray.
Yes, I commend you for sharing this too, Brad. And you know, it's so timely that you mentioned this, because Ray and I, when we were talking about what to talk about it during this show, we thought it's like we are getting closer to Thanksgiving, and then holiday season is coming, so these are a little bit stressful times, like anxiety creeps in. So we thought maybe those might be good topics to talk about, like dealing with stress, understanding anxiety, and also from there maybe moving toward a little bit looking at our connection with teenagers. And because teenagers always go through this stress and anxiety too, so maybe we can also go take a turn toward that and talk about that a little bit.
Yes, I am very excited to dive into that. So we're going to transition here into our Sunday strategies. I love the work that Ipek has done and will continue to do. So stay with us and feel free to ask any questions in the comments if you want us to specifically touch on anything that has to do with mindfulness, meditation, and creating a calm environment. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, we are back for our Sunday weekly warm-up, continuing into our Sunday strategies, which is a segment we get to do every single week to bring you some educational food for thought, not looking to challenge you too deeply, but wanting to plant a little seed in your mind that throughout the week you can keep in the back of your mindset and continue to be just a little bit better every single day with that Teach Better mindset. I'm so excited that Ipek is here because truly, when I met her in person, she was able to give me so many strategies to start in this direction, strategies to continue this type of work. But the way that she presents her strategies are doable. These aren't about downloading an app, paying a ton of money, and changing your routine forever. This is about finding 2 minutes, 5 minutes, free resources. And I love that. And I love bringing that to all of you in the Teach Better family. So, Ipek, when we were talking about what to cover, we were discussing this is a very stressful time, especially for educators. I feel like it's always a stressful time for different reasons. Where is the right place to begin our conversation?
I think the right place would be starting with how to deal with stress, because whether it's from school, work, or personal challenges, stress can impact our lives. And though, let's look at what is stress exactly and how can we deal with it effectively. Stress is your body's natural reaction to a situation that demands a response, actually. It's like an alarm going off inside of you. And it can be a good thing, motivating you to take action. And when that's the case, we call this eustress, 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 a positive form of stress having a beneficial effect on health, motivation, performance, and emotional well being. But sometimes stress can be too much, making you feel anxious or overwhelmed, which we call distress. So, stress can come from obviously various sources in our lives. It might be those tight deadlines at school, conflicts with friends or family, or just a lot of responsibilities. And lack of sleep and not eating well can also make stress worse. And when stress is not dealt with correctly, it grows and turns into anxiety, and then from anxiety to depression, and goes from there. So it is important really to deal with it. So you might ask, how do we manage stress effectively, right? There are many strategies that can make a big difference. One key technique is time management. Setting realistic goals and breaking tasks into smaller steps can reduce the pressure. Also, regular physical activity, engaging in hobbies, practicing relaxation techniques like deep breathing or meditation can also help manage stress. And taking regular breaks and not refraining from asking for help when you need it are also good ways to deal with stress. I will share a few tips and tools to work on or that helps with stress. But I want to ask if you have any questions before I get to that.
Yeah, no, something I love about what you just shared is these are things that we probably in most of the things you just suggested, we've heard them before. I think this is a pivotal time for all of us to choose to put in reminders to continue those practices. Brad, I'd love to hear your thoughts on simple things. These are simple things we can do, especially breaking down tasks into smaller tasks. Like we all know that's helpful. Physical activity, taking a break, combining it with a walk, right? We can do these things. It's remembering them when the going gets tough, that's hard. Brad, what are your thoughts there?
Well, yeah, my thoughts exactly, Ray. It's a matter of building those breaks, those opportunities to restore, to get in touch with nature, to get in touch with loved ones, whether it's a phone call or an email or a quick chat. If you're at work, your work bestie, finding him or her and just, sharing a cup of coffee or tea and a snack in the faculty lounge and just reconnecting, relationships we know are so both protective and restorative, and just making sure that we're building those into the day. And once we start to build them into the day, there's an idea of reminding and savoring those moments, recognizing those moments for what they are, which is opportunities to restore, and then to, just as you expressed earlier, just to feel proud, to feel a sense of satisfaction, that you've been able to weave those into our busy days, our busy lives as educators, right?
Brad, can I totally admit that us deciding to do a show together back in August or July, we made this decision, but choosing to do a show every Sunday was kind of me creating that. I'm like, I need Brad time. I'm better when I'm connected to Brad. He makes me a better person. I work harder. I honestly, Brad, I love our conversations. So how did I put that into place? I was like, Brad, we have to do a show together.
We got to do a show. I love this hour every Sunday evening, just connecting with you, Ray, and all of our Teach Better family, connecting with, beloved and esteemed guests like EPEC and sharing conversation around really the humanity of being an educator, the trials and the tribulations, but also, this is an opportunity for us to reinvest in conversation, but also the relationships that could prove to be restorative as we take a look to the week ahead. So, yep, I'm along for the ride as long as we're doing this.
Yeah, so EPEC's going to create strategies, but guys, I just gave you the first one. Start a live show with your, teacher bestie and do it every week. And there you go. I got it. Brad, we got one down. EPEC for the rest.
Yes, perfect. It's a great idea. But the one thing that I really suggest you to do, because I know the to-do lists get longer and longer every day. So what I suggest my clients and everyone around me is that make a list, a long list of things that you need to accomplish, let's say between now and at end of the year, and let it be a long one, but every day focus on one or two from that list that are important and urgent, and let the others come when it's time to get to those, so that it helps you with not feeling too overwhelmed with too many things that you need to do every day per day. So that's a planning, and that helps with even though you know your tasks that you need to do, at least you know that today I need to focus on this too, and when I'm done, and tomorrow is another day, and let me see what I'm gonna do tomorrow.
Well, and I love that strategy for our network here, because so many educators right now are saying, oh gosh, now until the end of the year, I have to remember to go grocery shopping for Thanksgiving dinner. I have to remember to buy holiday gifts. I remember to book my hotel for that trip I'm taking. And you're right. As you weigh that on your shoulders and hopes you'll remember it, if you write it down on a list, you know that when it comes up, you'll have time to be able to do it. And you don't even have to remember to do it until the time comes. It's written down.
Actually, Ray, what I suggest is always keep a notepad by your bedside table. Because why? When you are about to go to sleep, all the ideas come, right? All of a sudden, you are trying to sleep and ideas start coming. What you can do is just write it down on your pad so that you can let it go and concentrate on your relaxation and sleep. Because that's the thing. Most people stay up at night, or they wake up, ideas come and things that they need to do, and it wakes them up, and that it impacts their sleep. So it's good to have a notepad and put whatever comes on that and let it go and deal with it in the morning.
Brad, have you ever had that? We're in the middle of the night or right before bed. You have this great idea. I have to tell you, friends, I had this great idea while I was laying in bed whenever I went to Fort Wayne. I think it was like the first weekend in October. Like literally, I was laying in bed, genius idea. I'm still stuck on it that I can't remember what it was.
I don't necessarily have brilliant ideas as I drift off. Frequently, I'm ruminating on something that went wrong, some kind of a setback or some kind of a some critical moment in the day, and kind of replaying it. And so, as I begin to drift off, I use meditation apps. I use some different white noise apps to try to just get into the sleep zone. And EPEC, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'd love to hear anybody's thoughts too about how the impact of sleep, either a great sleep hygiene or great sleep routines, is feeding into wellness for you. Like I really believe, and we've read in the research is showing that the lack of sleep is among the most impactful on our health and on our well-being and on our capacity to really fulfill our obligations during the day, both professional and personal.
Well, that's a great topic to focus on, because right this weekend we did like daylight saving time switch. We went through that, right? And it is some kind of jet lag for all of us. So what happens is, I don't know if you know this, according to research, the accidents, the number of accidents go much higher on right after this daylight saving time changes, and especially on Tuesday, because I think it hits the human being, like our metabolisms or systems by Tuesday, that on Tuesday, right after this time change, is the highest number of traffic accidents, like workplace accidents, accidents at home. Like, be careful, because why? Our the sleep rhythm gets off, and that impacts our day and our actions. So sleep is very important, obviously, when you don't sleep well, it also creates stress in our lives.
So can we make a little call to action to everyone in our community to just double check what you've planned Tuesday and try and make it as safe as possible? Like, I am leaving for a trip Wednesday morning. I'm going to pack Monday night instead of Tuesday, because then I won't forget anything. Brad, you need to order in dinner. Don't cook dinner Tuesday night. Okay, I need you to be safe, friend. Okay, that'll be good.
Don't use any knives or anything.
Yeah, no one is allowed to cut anything. It'd be great if you could walk to school. I like all these tips. Ipek, I know that Brad mentioned a meditation app. I have to force you to talk about the meditation app and work that you do, because it baffles me that not every educator in the world is using this on a daily basis. So we have to give that app a shout out. I don't know if you were getting there, but I'm going to force you to go there.
Yes, because Brad mentioned a meditation app, and I was going to say it's better Insight Timer, Brad, because Insight Timer is a free app. You don't have to pay anything unless you want to get more content. But even with the free app, you have access to thousands and thousands of meditations for free, and live sessions also are always free on Insight Timer. So meditation, sleep meditation especially, is one of my specialties, and my sleep meditations are very much well liked on Insight Timer. So I would highly recommend some of my sleep meditations, Brad, for you to try going to sleep. But yes, it is so true that taking time to have mindful moments during the day, even if through a breathing exercise or a very short, even closing your eyes for a minute, even that really literally changed your brain activity. See, yes, sleep meditation to let insomnia go is one of my well-liked meditations.
I've listened to this one. Yes, I've listened to this one. Brad, highly, highly recommend this one. I have listened to this numerous times.
Oh, well, lovely. Thank you so much.
And hey, for our teachers listening, not only did you mention it was free, this is really, really good. Not that one specifically, but really, really good. Like right when the kids come back from lunch and you need them to chill, right? Like, it's a really valuable tool, and it's so efficient and effective. It's not going to ask you to use 30 minutes of your teaching period. We're talking about 2 to 5 minutes. There are so many options.
Actually, Ray, my dream is having every child start their day at school with 5 minutes of meditation in the world, all over the world. That's my dream. But even if not the whole world, as many classes, as many children find their way to 2 minutes, 3 minute, 5 minute meditation, it really impacts their calmness, their energy, and also, of course, it makes teachers' job much easier too.
So can I add, it'll be your dream that every school starts with meditation at the beginning of the day. It'll be my dream from here forward that after lunch they get meditation. So maybe it'll be twice a day. Who knows? Between the two of us, we'll make it happen. Brad, do you want them to
Yes.
have it like right before they go home too? We could just add a three-way here.
Yeah, there's a time in our school day. It's in our school day we have 2 nutrition breaks rather than sort of a traditional lunch hour, and the transitions and the energy and anticipation of dismissal coming around our 9th and 10th hour, right after our second nutrition break. That is a key time for us to help ourselves and our kids down regulate before they upregulate again for dismissal. So that's what we're trying. We're trying as soon as this week is getting that into our 9th hour.
Love it. All right, Ipek, we are already running out of time. I hate it, but I do want to make sure that if you have any call to action, any soapbox content, I know you prepared so much for us. It's such a disservice. I want everyone to follow you. We'll get to all of your social medias in a little bit in the show, but what is something you feel like if they take nothing else away from this conversation, they take this?
There's one thing, a breathwork tool that I really love, and it's 100% effective for anxiety and stress. It is 4-7-8. So we inhale for a count of 4, hold for a count of 7, exhale for a count of 8. This is when you do that 4 times back to back, it helps with anxiety. But also there's one thing that is very easy and anybody can do. There's an EFT, emotional, what was that? EFT, emotional freedom technique.
Ooh.
So for stress and anxiety, you hold your fingers with one hand and like massage two sides of your nail, and you do that for each and every finger, sides of your fingernails. Just massage. This is so effective.
Can you imagine if we taught our students these tools? I mean, that's essential.
And children love this.
Yeah,
because
this is a good one.
It helps with anxieties before tests, exams, like all kinds of anxiety. And it's like there's also tapping like this, but this is so much easier and like just a massage on the sides of your fingertips. And anybody can do this anywhere.
Ipek, I know that there's so many strategies you have to share. And Brad, you mentioned seeing a counselor. I see my counselor every other week, and I truly see her for these types of strategies, the breathing strategies, the little things you can do with your body to calm the mind. I really, really want to encourage everyone in our community to continue to connect with Ipek, because you share these resources, yes, of course, in your coaching, right? I know that you are coaching people on a daily basis, and I can only imagine the impact that you're having there. But you also are eager to always share. You always respond to messages. I mean, talk about somebody that just wants to give and make a great impact. So Ipek, we are going to share your resources, your social media handles, all that stuff. But really quick, before we transition into any of that, we are going to add a little bit of spark to everyone's day with our Sunday Sparkle. So we'll be right back. Shout out to Brad Hughes, who always has the best commercial of the day. Who doesn't love a cupcake with a sparkler in it?
Cupcake with a sparkler, you can't go wrong there.
It's literally the best. Friends, welcome back to the Sunday Weekly Warm-Up. This has been far too short. EPEC needs to share an hour or two worth more of content. But before we get into how you're going to connect with her and continue those conversations, Brad Hughes has a little spark for our day.
Ray, I want to engage you and EPEC in a conversation about probably the world's greatest musical group, the Fab Four, and namely the Beatles. And I wonder if you or EPEC have had a chance to check out the new Beatles release, namely Now and Then by the Beatles was released this weekend. And what a story. I'd just like to share a little bit about that and spark some conversation about the power of creativity, but also the power of patience. You know, it was back in 1975 that John Lennon recorded several demos in his apartment in New York. Following his death, those demos were released to the remaining Beatles by his widow, Yoko Ono. And one of them was the vocal and piano called Now and Then. The Beatles took a stab at re-recording that back in 1993. But unfortunately, the technology didn't exist at that time to be able to separate John Lennon's incredible vocal from the piano. The piano and the vocal were kind of mixed, kind of a wash, and they weren't able to isolate it and do anything with it. So they set it aside until last year when Peter Jackson, director of the documentary, the Beatles documentary that's appearing now, came up with this technology with AI and machine learning that allowed them to isolate John Lennon's vocal track from the piano track, and from there they could remix and remaster this incredible music. Now and Then is available wherever you listen. There's another picture of the Fab Four. Just an incredible achievement, and it reminds me, Ray and EPEC, of the power of patience, because recognizing that we have so many things that we need to do to accomplish, and some high stakes decisions have to be made. Sometimes the conditions just aren't right for you to find that masterpiece. And so if you access the breath, if you access some space and time to breathe, whether it's a day or two, or whether it's 15 years or more after the Beatles first took a try at this, the conditions will come around, and the conditions will be right for you to create your own masterpiece. I just wanted to put that out there, and maybe that'll spark some conversation for us this week.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah.
By the way,
story and an amazing takeaway, Brad. Thank you for not only giving us information, but also that takeaway of patience. What a valuable thing for us to be thinking about as we head into a Monday morning tomorrow.
Yeah. Yes. One thing I want to mention for teachers, lovely teachers who are watching us, on Inside Timer, I have a playlist for just made of meditations for children. So I would really like them to check that out if they would like to use my meditations in this classroom. Because I received a message from a teacher in Philippines. He said that he's using my meditations in his classroom. He reached out to me on Facebook and let me know, and it like lights my heart, like it warms my heart hearing this kind of stuff. So I wanted to mention that.
So
available.
powerful. Yes, and all of that, highly recommend definitely having you guys go to that app and search that up. Before we share all the details about where you can connect with EPEC, the incredible app, again, as a reminder, and then any tools or resources that you might want to connect with her, we, of course, have some holidays to celebrate. Brad, I know this is something you always enjoy, but this week is a big one. We not only, of course, have Election Day and, World Nacho Day, which who wouldn't want that, but we also have National STEM Day. We have World Fried Chicken Day, which I don't know why you all wouldn't be celebrating. British Pudding Day. Have any of you had British pudding? Enjoyed that at all?
100%.
Don't worry, November 9th is Chaos Never Dies Day, although we do wish that sometimes the chaos would die. And of course, Friday is International Accounting Day, National Vanilla Cupcake Day, and of course, the one and only, please, because I'm still trying to find it, World Immunization Day, which of course all of us will be celebrating on Friday. Go get a shot.
I had 2 shots yesterday, Ray. I had both a COVID shot and influenza shot. So I've pre-celebrated World Immunization Day. I'm good to go.
Of course,
And I
I
must say I had fried chicken today, so I celebrated it today.
pre-celebrating.
Fantastic.
Of course, we also want to give a special shout out to those of you and everyone around the world, especially in the US, celebrating Veterans Day, which is next Saturday. So many good things to celebrate, enjoy. We know as a Teach Better family, we're always looking for ways to celebrate holidays that not only maybe we celebrate, but also our friends and our family celebrate as well. So continue to take a peek at all the ways we can celebrate throughout the day this week. EPEC, I would love to have you share as many places as possible for our community to connect with you and your resources, because I know that we only touched on such a minor amount of things that you are continuing.
Yeah, we didn't even get to building a connection with teens. We have to
Terrible.
come back together.
Terrible.
We'll have to do a sequel. We'll do a sequel conversation, Sunday Weekly Warm-Up with
should.
EPEC Part 2.
Done.
Yes,
Done.
yes.
You're already booked. Consider yourself booked.
Okay, thank you so much.
How can we stay connected with you, EPEC?
Well, when you put my name in Google, you find me, but I'm mainly, my website is ipecwilliamsoncoaching.com. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it, all social media, Twitter. I'm reachable anywhere, and I'm very approachable. I love serving people, especially people who are raising our children and educating them. So it would be my honor to serve any of this beautiful community's members.
Wonderful. And we always tell you guys, we joke with you, don't be nervous, direct messaging people, but especially not EPEC. She responds. She's not scary. Right, Brad? People just need to take a plunge and message their new friends and their PLN and get to know them better.
It's remarkable. You just reach out and people reach back, and you won't believe the power of those connections. You know, this Sunday Weekly Warm-Up episode has really been a shot in the arm. Wouldn't you agree, Ray?
Brad, you're ridiculous. So
Ray, before we get off the air, I just came up with a great idea in honor of Fried Chicken Day. Ray, I want you and I to open a fried chicken takeout only restaurant. Fried chicken takeout only. I've got the perfect name. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm so excited. Yes.
It's going to be called Poultry in Motion.
Oh, yikes, Brad. I think we're gonna have. Why don't we think on it a bit? Like we'll think on it, and then maybe we'll like bring this idea back, and we'll chew on it a bit.
Yeah, sounds good. We can either come up with a business plan, Ray, or we can just go ahead and wing it.
Guys, we have to go. I just said chew on it, and he tied in wing it. Have a wonderful Sunday, friends. See you later.